If you are seeing this reading, you are attracting a provider relationship. And so, what I mean when I say that, provider can mean a variety of things, okay? This can be somebody who provides for you financially, this can be somebody who provides for you emotionally, this can be somebody who provides for you physically, this can be literally all three of those, okay? But the key message here is this person that is coming in is nourishing like the earth, okay? Because the first card that I pulled, oh my god. Oh my god, okay? I'm literally so excited to give this reading because I don't do love readings too often, and I do love doing them. We got the well though here. We got the well. And so basically this card in this tarot deck is described as being ruled by Gaia, which is Mother Earth, okay? Mother Earth, when we think of Mother Earth, when we think of the Earth, when we think of the planet, it provides so much for us, okay? And we also provide for it, you know? They give us oxygen, we give out CO2, you know, we give out we give out stuff. It brings in, right? We plant plants. We help. We're all a part of an ecosystem here, right? And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because that is the energy of the well. It is a relationship that is giving and receiving in a natural way. And what I mean by that is we naturally give to the earth and then earth naturally gives to us. It doesn't feel like something that you have to go out of your way to do, right? So this is somebody that's coming in that naturally matches your natural rhythms and cycles of your life so that when you step into a giving and receiving energy with this person, it isn't a massive change that you need to make, if that makes sense. What I mean by that is sometimes in relationships we have to make big sacrifices to, like, if we want to be with someone, you know what I mean? Some relationships can be more difficult, and that doesn't mean that they're bad. That works for some people, right? I feel like though, especially if you've recently come out of a recent relationship here, because there's a past pain here. It doesn't have to be a recent relationship or a recent breakup, but there is past pain here in this spread that you have experienced. Again, this is just something, whether that be childhood, whether that be a past relationship, right? But I'll get into that in a minute. You might have been overgiving before. You might have had to constantly offer up pieces of yourself, almost like a sacrifice, to keep relationships going that other people, the other person, whether that be your parents, whether that be an ex, they were not doing the same. And so this relationship coming in here with the well guarantees a feeling of mutual giving and receiving energy. The same way that you give and receive from the earth. Think of this relationship as your connection to the earth, which I know is like such a weird thing to say because it's like the earth is like not at all like a person, but like that's the energy. Like we love earth loves us, right? And that is a natural, like, symbiotic relationship, right? You don't have to change yourself for Mother Earth to love you, right? And that's just like the general energy that I'm getting here with the well. You're gonna be nourished. Like that's the big word. That's the word of the day here is nourishment. This relationship's going to be nourishing. And for some of you, what I'm feeling is this provider nourishment energy that I was receiving was particularly, like, I feel like some of you have goals and other aspects of your life, like outside of like relationship goals, that this person is going to come in as a supportive sort of role in this, because we have the Queen of Pentacles. And so the Queen of Pentacles receives through unattachment, detachment, unattachment is not a word, detachment. The Queen of Pentacles receives through detachment. And when I say that, I don't mean like detaching from like their work. Like I don't mean like, oh, you're lazy, right? I think a lot of people get confused, like when they say detach, it doesn't mean be lazy, it doesn't mean give up. It means to detach from the outcome, right? So the Queen of Pentacles detaches from the outcome because she is solid, she is stable. And this person might be coming in to provide a more solid and stable foundation as you achieve your other goals, your other manifestations, okay? Because the Queen of Pentacles is supported, she is abundant, she is stable, right? She's stable. And because of that, she's able to manifest easily. She's rooted, she's grounded. Pentacles is earth energy, right? And I'm Not saying like this is going to be a reliant energy on this person. Like, I don't think you're going to be reliant on this person, because I think you are very self-assured and you are very stable on your own. But this person might be coming in as a way to secure your attachment to this manifestation, if that makes sense. Like, I'm just going to use an example because I feel like examples are the best way to portray the energy that I'm feeling. Like, let's say you're a business owner. This might be somebody who, like, really assists you in your work. Like, if you need deliveries dropped off, like you're sending out packages, this person is going to uplift and support you in this journey, whereas you might not have had that before. And that's just an example. This can be anything. Like, you don't have to be a small business owner. That was just an example of the Queen of Pentacles energy here, right? And this could be home building, like this could be families. Like, this is a partner that comes in to really uplift and support manifestations. Okay? Because the well is being clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. So again, really heavy nourishment, really heavy abundance, stability energy here. Now, following that is the energy of this new person coming in. Now, here is your energy. We have the Fool, which is new beginnings, the Hanged Man, and the Five of Swords. So I feel like some of you have gone through a recent past pain. The Hanged Man and the Five of Swords, I brought out my Taylor Swift tarot deck, which I honestly haven't used this deck in months because it's not even been, I think it's been years, honestly. It's usually really good for love readings, and I just haven't done a love reading in so long. So basically, the Hanged Man and the Five of Swords is clarified by the Three of Swords, and I like to use this deck like almost as an oracle deck with the lyrics. And it says, my time, my wine, my spirit, my trust, trying to find a part of me you didn't take up, gave you too much, but it wasn't enough, but I'll be all right, it's just 1,000 cuts. And so that's clarifying this Hanged Man, Five of Swords energy here. So I want to get into that now. So we have the Fool. So I think as this person comes in, you might be hesitant to take that risk, because the Fool is asking you to step off of a cliff, essentially. The Fool energy is literally a man about to walk off a cliff. Like, that's the Fool, right? And that's why people consider him foolish. But the whole point of the Fool, the energy of it, is realizing that you actually know what you're doing. Like, the Fool, everybody else thinks the Fool is walking off the cliff, but the Fool knows what he's doing, right? But you might feel foolish. You feel foolish. You might feel foolish as this person comes in. That actually might be like a signifier that this person is the person. Is that you might feel hesitant, you might feel foolish, you might feel disillusioned. Like, you might feel like, oh, I had a bad experience in love, like I just don't really want to try again. This person might find you as you are in a state of like not really wanting to try again, you know, like if you've had a bad experience in the past, because we then have the Hanged Man and the Five of Swords, okay? And what I'm getting with this energy is the Hanged Man is something you need to let go of, okay? The Hanged Man in this deck, you can see here, he's holding himself up, okay? And he's in a really uncomfortable position, but the only way that he can get out of this uncomfortable position is to let go himself. He is fully in control here, but in order to let go, he has to fall, and that might hurt. But that's the only way he can get out of this predicament, right? That's the only way. And that's why the Hanged Man is a difficult card, because it signifies something that only you have the power to release yourself from. And that's hard. And it also signifies that the release is probably going to be painful. You're probably going to fall on your face, right? To clarify that Hanged Man energy here, we have the Five of Swords. Now, if you look at this card, this man is sitting here. He's looking kind of like grumpy, and these two people are walking away here. So I think this Hanged Man energy that you have to release is the need to do everything yourself, okay? I think you're very self-sufficient. I think you're very almost proud. Like, maybe you don't want to accept help from others, but that might be the blockage here, right? That might be the Hanged energy, the Hanged Man energy that you need to release, is accepting help. I think you might be stubborn. This could be Taurus energy. You guys might have Taurus Venus, Taurus Mars, or any like Taurus placements in your big three, but particularly Taurus Venus, Taurus Mars. And I have Taurus Mars. Girl, I know how it is. Okay, I know how it is. And I feel like for you guys, what you might be experiencing is in the past, because you were made to be so independent from this past pain, is that you don't know how to stop being so independent. You don't know how to release your independence because if you aren't independent, if you aren't in control, in the past you learned that's how bad things happen. That bad things happen when I'm not in control. Bad things happen when I let people in. Bad things happen when I'm not in control of my own emotions. Bad things happen when I'm vulnerable, right? And so you guys might have been like, oh, well, you know what? I'm just going to do things on my own. I'm just going to do things on my own. People continuously keep hurting me, so I'm just going to do things on my own. And Spirit is asking you to release that mindset. Release this mindset through embracing new beginnings, through detachment, okay? The Fool doesn't care where he's going to end up. Okay, and that's the energy that you need to have. And I know that's hard. I know that's really hard. Like, I know it's really hard. But remember that life is a journey, right? The Fool is the beginning of that journey. He's ready to go out. He's ready to explore, right? So remember that. Oh, I'm hearing this song. I think it's Expectations by Olivia Rodrigo. That's her new album. And she says, past mistakes are just new information. These days, I've got big expectations, right? So you guys might benefit from listening to that song, actually. It's new. It just came out. It's really good. But that's the energy, right? Is like, you need to release the fact that people are going to hurt you. You need to release that thought process, because you need to reincorporate, you need to relearn freedom. Freedom from yourself, freedom from your own mind, freedom from trying to predict things over and over, right? A plane is going by, growth, expansion, travel, okay? Change your mindset. Change your mindset. And I'm not saying like this is going to be easy, and this person might even be coming in to assist you with this. My biggest advice to you right now would be to focus on self-validation, okay? You might be somebody who values control over a situation because you value keeping yourself safe. You don't like to be vulnerable with anybody but yourself, okay? And Spirit is calling you forth to really focus on self-validation, because the reason that wound might be there, that fear of vulnerability, is because you might be afraid of being invalidated by somebody else again. You know, especially if in childhood, like your parents chronically invalidated you, or you were emotionally neglected, physically neglected, that teaches the body, that teaches your brain, your body, that it is unsafe for me to feel emotions. It is unsafe for me to have needs, right? And so you might, and again, it doesn't have to be childhood, but it can be anything, right? Anytime we experience emotional invalidation, it creates a wound that tells you it's not okay to be vulnerable. So you, in order to protect yourself, you hyper control. You're hyper vigilant, right? And you try to obsessively control the situation. So just being called to release that. And to look at things like, even if this doesn't work out, past mistakes are just new information, you know? like don't beat yourself up for your failures. Like, sorry, I feel like that's like really like beating, like not beating around the bush. That's really blunt. But like that was just kind of like, that was spirit coming through. And by that I mean, like, it's okay to fail. Like, I don't know if nobody ever told you that. I know certainly in my life I was never told that, but it's okay to fail. It's okay to not have a good relationship. It's okay to not have friends. It's okay. That doesn't mean that you're bad. You know, like growing up, this is just personal experience that I want to share. Growing up, I used to always feel the need to stay with bad friends because I felt like I was a failure if I didn't have friends, and I was worried about hurting my mom if I was like a failure. Does that make sense? Like, I was worried that my mom would be mad at me for being a failure if I didn't have friends, but my friends were being mean to me, but I didn't know how to go make new ones. So that's an example of the energy you might be feeling. Is like almost like a secondhand guilt, a secondhand fear of like hurting somebody else because of your shortcomings. And Spirit really wants to like bring your attention to, it's okay to fail. Okay, it's okay to be a cringe fail girl boss. You know, it's okay to be a cringe fail loser girl, you know? You don't have to be a girl. That's just those are just stupid like Tumblr quotes, honestly. But like, you know, it's okay to be a loser. Like, I feel like you need to hear that. Like, it is so okay, because you are going to find people, especially if you're watching this reading, somebody is coming in that's going to love you for that. You're going to be little weird losers together. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. I mean that in the nicest way possible. And I feel like those who resonate with that will resonate with that, and you will see what I am trying to say. Is that, like, I feel like you just were raised, or perhaps in a past relationship, you just had really unreasonable, like, emotional, like, baggage put onto you, and you were like, you thought it was your responsibility, and now you're kind of realizing that's like, that's not my responsibility, and I'm allowed to do whatever I want. That's just the energy. That's just the energy. Okay, so here's what I want to speak about now, because I pulled more cards from my Taylor Swift deck, and these are so cute. Okay, so the first one, this was clarity for the Well and the Queen of Pentacles cards, and that was, again, that kind of like uplifting energy to your manifestations. And so I pulled the Six of Wands, which is public recognition, and it says, "We are the kings and the queens. You traded your baseball cap for a crown when they gave us our trophies and we held them up for our town." That is what I am saying. This is somebody who comes in and you really uplift each other. I think you are both going to be people that have very similar mindsets to the way that you work, like work. You might be working in similar fields. I feel like there's a heavy connection of career with this person. Business, entrepreneurship. You're both going to have a really similar mindset when it comes to abundance, work, and career, okay? And you're really going to uplift each other in this aspect. This is going to be somebody who really supports you and might even help shift your ideas. Like they might really help propel you forward. If you were stuck in some place and you didn't really know where to move forward, they might come in and you'll be like, "Oh my God, that's a great idea. Oh my God, that's a great idea," right? Somebody that you can really bounce off of. And because I think that's so cute. Like, they gave us our trophies. You are both getting trophies and you're holding them up for your town. Like, people are gonna see you, basically like power couple energy, major power couple energy. And these cards are so cute, okay? So this is what I pulled for the energy of this person, basically, like how they're gonna feel. And the first one that I pulled is, I used to think, sorry, this card's so cute, and I love this song. The song is called Daylight. "I used to think love would be burning red, but it's golden like daylight." Isn't that so cute? I'm sorry, I love that song so much. Basically what that means is, so Taylor Swift, because this is a Taylor Swift deck, she has a song called Red, okay? And she, like, in the song she says loving him was red. And then in this song, with her new relationship, she says she realized, "I used to think love was burning red, but I realize now that it's golden." Like, isn't that so cute? And so that is the energy of this new relationship coming in. You might have thought love was burning red, but now it's golden. Okay, and then this card is also so cute and really signifies new beginnings here. "All I know is we said hello. Your eyes look like coming home. All I know is a simple name and everything has changed. All I know is you held the door. You'll be mine and I'll be yours. All I know since yesterday is everything has changed." That is so cute. Isn't that so cute? Like, this is so much like abundant, new, youthful energy. And when I say youthful, I mean like springtime energy, right? All right, so if you resonate with that reading, please don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.